We're keeping an eye on strong to severe thunderstorms out in western portions of South Dakota. A couple of severe thunderstorm warnings out that way, and a severe thunderstorm watch until 8 p.m. Mountain Time in western KELOLAND. To the east, we may see a couple of showers around and after the midnight hour, but nothing like what we're going to be keeping an eye on tonight out to the west. Lows in the 50s with a couple of low 60s. A warm, kind of humid day tomorrow, low to mid 80s, but a good amount of sunshine in place. We're back to square one by Wednesday, though. We'll talk about that coming up, but until then, First to Four starts right now.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group. KELOLAND News, first at 4.
Coming up, 3 people are dead and 1 man is behind bars following a shooting in Sioux Falls over the weekend. We'll have the details straight ahead.
Plus, how a road collapse is impacting the start of summer tourism season in Wyoming.
And how an Iowa baseball team is making sure everyone can enjoy America's favorite pastime. Good afternoon and thanks for tuning in to First at 4. I'm Don Jorgensen.
And I'm Kelly Volk. A 30-year-old man is in the Minnehaha County Jail, charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder. According to Sioux Falls police, the shooting suspect, Justin Cody Rackley, was arrested Saturday morning not long after officers found 3 people dead from gunshot wounds.
The shooting happened at a home in southwest Sioux Falls where a small group of people had gathered for a fire pit. Police identified the 3 victims as Daniel Kemmets, Kelly Reeves, and Michael Thompson. The Sioux Falls Police Department continues to investigate. At this point, they have not released a motive. We'll have more on the case in our next half hour. A Wombly man will spend a decade behind bars after pleading guilty to bank robbery. A judge sentenced 68-year-old Francis Whitelands to 10 years in federal prison, followed by 2 years of supervised release. In November of 2022, Whitelands went into the Lakota Federal Credit Union in Kyle with a rifle and robbed it. He also fired a gun inside the business. The FBI recovered all but $100 of the money that Whitelands had stolen.
A Rapid City man is heading to federal prison after pleading guilty to a drug charge. The U.S. Attorney's Office says 33-year-old Joseph Dowdy will spend 2 years behind bars, followed by 3 years of supervised release. In April of last year, officers with the Oglala Sioux Tribe Department of Public Safety arrested him and found a gun and more than 11 grams of meth. Police were looking for him because Dowdy was on parole for a Pennington County manslaughter conviction. In that case, he pled guilty in the death of 27-year-old Nathaniel Tenfingers in January of 2018. The two had gotten into a fight.
All right, let's get a check of our weather forecast. Pretty nice out there today.
Yeah, it's starting to heat up out there, Adam.
Yeah, it's heating up, and it's also becoming a little unsettled, especially West River. I was going to start with a view from our downtown camera, but then I checked around west, and we have an interesting view from our camera in Rapid City, where we can actually see the leading edge of that wind and heavy rain that's moving on toward our camera as we speak. That's the kind of haze that you can see getting closer and closer to where our camera is situated. So it's only going to be a matter of time before things get a little jostled around, to say the least. 82 for what it's worth here in Rapid City with a south wind at 21 miles per hour. And that is as a line of thunderstorms continues to make its march over to the east. And you can see those storms just continuing to gradually push on over. Severe thunderstorm warnings west of Rapid City and now over to the eastern part, headed just along I-90 near Wall. A new warning just coming up for portions of Meade and Pennington County. Notice how this line goes all the way up through northern Meade, eastern Butte, and Perkins counties, including Bison. And we've also had a couple of warnings down toward Fall River County for some pretty large hail associated with this same line that's going to continue to march over to the east. So we'll head back over and, well, there you go. We're starting to get a little shaky there with our view, with that gust gradually moving on in. Meanwhile, to the east, there's basically nothing. It's been a nice day. 78 here in downtown Sioux Falls with a southerly breeze at just 7 miles per hour. We're sitting at 90 already in Phillip, 85 for Pierre, 88 in Pine Ridge with a few 80s over to the east, 84 at Chamberlain, 82 in Mitchell, 80 in Aberdeen, and 81 for Yankton, but 70s from northeastern KELOLAND over into Minnesota and northwestern Iowa, where they're sitting at 76 over in Spencer. Take a look at the window, predominantly out of the south. That is bringing in more of that heat, more of that moisture, and by extension, more of that instability as well. We are going to be keeping an eye on West River locations today, but by Wednesday, our focus goes to the east. We'll talk about that and more coming up as we head through the hour.
Thanks, Adam. A road collapse is causing major problems in Wyoming at the start of the summer tourist season. From June through September, roughly 12,000 people use Highway 22 each day to get to places like Yellowstone National Park. All that remains now is an 80-foot drop that plummets into the valley below. Transportation officials say the mountainside had been shifting for decades at about a quarter-inch a year, but when large cracks reappeared immediately after repairs, they knew a collapse was inevitable.
It was moving about 6 inches an hour, and sometime during the night between Friday night and Saturday morning, it had catastrophic failure.
Thankfully, no one was hurt. It's unclear when the highway will reopen, and even just surveying the damage could take weeks. While officials look for some short-term relief options, traveling through the mountainous region could take up to 3 times as long.
A new way for everyone to enjoy America's favorite pastime at Principal Park in Des Moines, Iowa. Amanda Rooker with our CBS affiliate in Des Moines shows us how the iCubs and local organizations are accommodating Iowans with special health care needs.
5-year-old Cal Hopper spent the day at the ballpark with his mom Megan and his sister Marin, his first iCubs game in years.
How did he do down there? He did pretty good today, huh?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Cal has autism, and the sights and sounds of a baseball game can be overwhelming. But on Sunday, Cal took in the game outside special sensory rooms, giving him and others with autism a space to take a break and play.
So there's 3 separate sensory rooms that families can access here at the iCubs game. The first has all sorts of things that you can really touch and play with, from popcorn kernels down there to slinkies, cubes, fidget spinners, all sorts of fun things. This second room behind me has everything from a ball pit to a swing over here. And the third room behind me is a quiet space that even has some blacked out windows and a swing, so anyone who's feeling overwhelmed can have a safe space to calm down.
Sunday marked the first ever sensory-friendly iCubs game, put on by ChildServe and the Autism Society of Iowa. Megan Hopper says it was a safe space filled with people who understand her son Cal.
So when you come to a place like ChildServe or here where they have the sensory space, it's just really cool to kind of breathe a little bit and know that like you are understood and you're safe and I don't know, just comfortable here, huh?
Yeah.
The team's vice president and assistant general manager, Randy Wehofer, says they hope to make the joy of the ballpark accessible to families of all needs.
The smiles and the giggles and all the things that kind of go along with it, you know, that's the whole point. It's not about the final score, it's about the experience when you're here, and this has added a level of that today for sure.
And Wehofer says they'll learn from Sunday's event to make Principal Park as inclusive as possible for years to come. In Des Moines, Amanda Rooker, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
The team will offer headphones for anyone with sensory processing disorders. Conference rooms are also available for anyone who needs a quiet spot to take a break.